Hey, what's going on, man? What's up with
Yo, 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 man, what's going on, man?
you? Hey, man, we in this last episode of the season, man, of Datz Major, man. I'm Coach Al, Coach Void. I got Coach Jolly with me. Coach side, man, he couldn't make it today, man. What's been going on, man?
Man, shoot, been I'm on spring break, man. I'm really enjoying my spring break, man. Taking just taking the time to rest up that myself, man. Shoot, man, I heard you got some huge guests coming on the show today.
Yeah, man. We got Hype South's own Mr. Basketball, man. Kawasa Reeves, man, and Miss Gabby over there in Jackson.
Man, them two of the top ball players in the state of Georgia, much less middle Georgia alone. Those
Right,
two right
right.
there, they had a had great careers.
Right, man. I watched both of them. I got a chance to watch both of them this year, man, and uh they were pretty good, man. Miss Gabby, that was my first time seeing her. I watched Mr. Wasted Jr., man, since he was probably 10 years old. Down in
Man,
Rick.
Man, I just want to say, man, been a lot of kids in the 478 area, man, who we've talked about on the show and actually had on the show, man. So hats off to you, man. Kudos to you, man, for even coming together with the idea, man, because they actually shine the limelight on a lot of kids in the middle Georgia area that some people may not have known about, man, and especially on the football and the basketball side, man. So kudos to you, man. It's been a great season.
Right. Yeah, man. Let's talk about some of the kids, man, over the last couple of weeks, man. They've been getting some offers, man, and racking up on these offers, man. Since last time that we had the show or whatnot. I know
Man, I
me and
tell you
you.
what, man, that your guy Zay Hardy, man, he's been hot as fish grease, man. That kid there's that is ironic because right after we had him on the show, man, he's definitely the offers I've been picking up, man. He's been going to camps because he when we asked him on the show, he wasn't sure how spring and summer was gonna be, but he's definitely gonna be busy, man. He has 5 offers right now. I think he got one for USC today, right?
Right. I saw that. Yeah.
So
Not only him, man. Big Johnny Williams, man. Over there at Northeast High, man. He been racking them up too. We've seen them cats down at the MVP camp, man.
oh yeah, man. That was a tremendous, actually, great environment, man. Great exposure, man. So I was definitely happy to see some middle Georgia kids and athletes. Hey, man, what about that Zaire Reagan on the track, man? That kid's man had a big time track season, man.
Oh yeah.
He's
Like
gonna
I said, I
he's
haven't
gonna have
got
a
a
big
chance to.
decision going forward.
Oh yeah. I haven't got a chance to check him out yet, man. But I just knew, man. Me just seeing him when he was young, what he was gonna do. To be honest.
If I'm not mistaken, man, he broke the freshman record from ninth graders ever in the fastest 100 by a freshman ever in the state, man, around 10.3 seconds in the 100. So that just shows, man, his tremendous speed for freshmen, and he's only gonna get better and better. So I always heard the kid had world class speed when he was younger, but people hype him up. People really, sometimes we get a little too excited, man. But this kid definitely going forward, he has a bright future on the track and on the football field. So it's gonna be
Right.
interesting to see how his recruiting goes as far as the track aspect along with the football as he keep progressing throughout his
Right.
career.
Right. So what about let's kind of recap back on the basketball season, man, with the high school, man.
Man, one of the teams we talked about, the Baldwin Braves, man, they brought it home for 478. Will Freeman, a kid, senior kid, he was hit the game winning shot in the championship game down at the Coliseum. So it was a tremendous season for 478 teams in the middle Georgia area. But Baldwin was the only team that brought home the trophy, man. That says a lot because they've been knocking on the door, getting closer and closer. The head coach is only in the second season. I want to say he's from Hancock Central. So he brought that winning mentality over to those guys, man, was able to get them over the hump.
Right.
Uh, what about locally, man? And what happened locally as far as the basketball aspect? Got any updates locally?
What you mean, far as with high
Yeah,
school?
well, how did the making teams do?
Well, I think Westside, where they dropped in the was it the second round?
The first round, they got
The first round, okay. Yeah, they had a pretty good season though. They fell in the first round. What was it with Northeast?
They lost. Oh yeah, they lost to West though by the Albany. West Side Macon did.
Okay, yeah, they had a pretty good season also, man. They had some key injuries. Um, um, which color had a pretty good year, man. I think they went like second. They in the same division, they in the same conference with same region with Northeast.
Oh, who that? Who that? Who that? I can't, hold on one second. Oh yeah, I had a technical difficulty over here. I couldn't really hear you.
Okay, yeah. What's the other? What's the other? They on the tip of my tongue, man. Is it? Not
I know. We had some kids around the
Washington
area,
County.
man, that was acknowledged on all state teams around the area, man. I know Trayvon Solomon received some postseason accolades. Tanaya Pryor from Central received some postseason accolades as well. So those kids, especially from the Macon area, they stood out. They were recognized for their achievements on the court. What about the middle school, man? How did that middle school? I know it was a middle school football was a hot topic, man, for us that we discussed, man. How did that middle school football season end up?
It ended up with Weaver and was it Weaver and Appleton
Apple.
in a tie? Yeah. Yeah, we talking about Waco, Washington County. I'm sorry, we going back to that conversation. That was Washington County that had a pretty good season.
Oh yeah, that definitely, man, on the
Yeah,
girls and the boys side.
supposed to been getting some of the kids on, man, as far as on that team, but we'll get them in the future. Yeah. Going on, Mal, Zion. Yeah, man. But yeah, as far as the middle school, man, Weaver and Appleton, they end up tying. They had that one tie game, then nobody else beat them. So
Y'all called it, man. Y'all guys pretty much said those were the top two teams. I had a chance to officiate a couple of Miller games. Actually, Ballard Hudson earned their first victory of the season by defeat Miller, man, on the last game of the season. So that was very impressive by Coach Major and the staff over there at Ballard Hudson. Those kids were able to, form together to upset Miller, man. It was a great game. So I actually had a chance to see that firsthand. So shout out to Coach Major over there at Ballard Hudson.
okay. But yeah, speaking of Appleton, man, we got Coach Bethel, man. We're gonna bring him on, man. The head coach over at Appleton.
Oh, okay, Coach. That's my guy.
What's
Hey, what's
going
going
on?
on, Coach?
How y'all doing?
Hey,
Man, we
man,
was
we pretty
actually just
good.
we're doing pretty good, man. We're saying recapping the middle school football season, man. I didn't know that you were gonna be on, so that was right on cue, man. First of all, tell us a little about yourself, Coach. How long you been coaching and teaching here in Macon?
Well, I've been in Macon for about this is going on about 11 years. I've been in Macon. I came up from North Carolina. I came from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. I coached high school football out there for about 4 years, and I came down here and got hired at Apple and been at Apple ever since 2009. So
How long
You
you been coaching all? You coach all sports over there, or just football? What sports do you coach?
well, I've coached right this year. I helped out with basketball this year. I did football. Now we're doing baseball. I'm coaching baseball this year. So most of the time it's either 2 or 3 sports I've been doing since I've been here.
Yeah, but man, I want to actually commend you, man, for I know it takes a lot away from your family, man. A lot of extra time putting in with the kids, man. So I want to give you kudos, man, to commend you for that, man. So I appreciate you. If nobody else don't, man, we definitely appreciate you, man. Kind of tell us, man, about the season, man. How did you guys have to work around COVID, and how did that affect the kids and the sports this year over there? Were you guys able to play all the sports, or how did COVID impact you guys this year?
Well, it started out. The thing that helped me out this year with dealing with COVID was I helped a lot out with Jeremy up at Northeast. And I did most of the season up there with him. I helped out with the offensive lineman, and I got a good sense of how things were supposed to go. So whenever our season came, it was just a matter of just putting everything together. The biggest thing with us this year was time, because since we played a lot later in the year, dealing with practice schedules, and because during the summer, when we start in the summer, you can practice, and you practice near about how much you want to, really, because you got that much light. But here, you got out at 4:30. It started getting dark about 5:45. So you really crunched for time, and you really had to plan out stuff. Had to make sure everything was kind of set in concrete before you went out there written down, and you really had to stay on schedule there to get everything in. And one thing that did help us this year was, the kids, the Wednesdays. We would practice early on Wednesdays since the kids didn't have to be in school, so that would help us get a lot of stuff in before the season started. Um, and Jeremy helped out a lot this year. Coach Redmond, the offensive coordinator at Northeast, they helped out a lot. So we got a chance to see to actually get things running kind of smoothly. Jeremy actually let us use the field house because they had a lot more room, so we could just kind of space the kids out a little bit more. Um, and it was real help to have all that space, and then we had access to the weight room. He gave us access to his water supply, so I mean that was real cool. I mean Jeremy really took care of us this year, so I mean it was trying. It was a trying year this year, man, and not having that time you to work on with kids during the summer was kind of messed up too. But hey, we actually got a season in. I actually thanked Coach Hester the other day for helping us get the season in. So I mean everything went well. Went about as well as planned as it should have went. So everything was cool.
Good for what you got for him.
So how would you compare the middle school to high school for as coaching? Like which one
Uh,
would you rather do? You know, do you like middle school over high school, or do you like high school over middle school?
the
Or
thing I like
since
about
you've
middle
coached,
the thing I like about middle school is the time. There's not as much time as you would put in high school.
okay,
Um, high school's it's almost like, man, it's almost a 60 hour work week. Because folks don't see, man, that, you're there before the kids get there. You're there after the kids leave. I mean, you got to break down film. I mean, this is when in high school. I mean, there's so much stuff involved with coaching high school ball. I mean, I like the competitive nature of high school ball. I like dealing with middle school kids. I mean, I just like both of them. I like football, period. So, don't too much bother me too much.
Coach, I want to ask you about two guys in particular. One at the middle school level, and one at the high school level. How's it been to coach Nicholas Woodard as a middle school coach, and how's it been to see his development on the field and out the field during his middle school career? And what do you expect from him going forward in high school?
Man, to be honest with you, man, to be I've been blessed since I've been the head coach. I've been the head coach. This is my fourth year. Yeah, this is my going on my fourth year right here, right there. My first year I had de-icing. I coached de-icing my eighth grade year, so I was blessed with him. And then right after that, had Nicholas. And the thing I like about Nicholas is Nicholas is self-driven. I mean, you don't have to stay on him about working out and doing stuff like that. I mean, he left every summer. He left, and he came back to start the year off. He looked different. He got bigger, faster, stronger. And I try to use that as an example to the other kids. I don't try to break it down. Just keep it on them all the time. But I mean, playing with Nick and coaching Nick has been actual blessing, because not only he's a good athlete, he's a good kid. And he kind of leads by example. And most of the kids know he ain't up to no foolishness or no nonsense like that. He's gonna work hard, and that's the really big thing about him, because all the other kids get to watch him and get to kind of follow along with him. Next year, I expect him to do, I don't know, because he's already benching 275 pounds. God knows how much he squat. I know he deadlift about 300 pounds in sixth grade. So physically, he's there. He'll be able to do hell in high school. Mentally, he's there. He'll be able to handle high school. So I'm expecting big things out of him next year. So
And with that being said, also I heard you say you coached the offensive line. I'd like to coach Johnny Williams every day and be around him and watch him develop as a player. As far as him coming from a big kid in a middle school to turn to one of the top offensive tackles, offensive linemen in the state, and not only the state but in the nation. So how is he like as a player and a kid to be
Man,
around?
John, he's funny. He entertained. He get on your nerves sometimes, but when you sit there and you see him do stuff in practice, you're just like, wow. And you see his size and how he moves and his dedication to it. I mean, you say, wow. I mean, he's gonna be a good one day. And the thing about it is, for us, it's good because he's gonna deliver on the field. He delivers off the field in the books. He keeps the grade point average looking good. I mean, he's great. He don't get in no trouble, stays out of trouble. I mean, he's always funny. He's gonna keep you laughing, try to keep you laughing.
Yeah.
And I mean, another thing about these kids is they're gonna bring scouts to watch the other kids. And see, that's why I tell my kids, you're in a good situation. Like you got him, you got Nick, you got a couple more kids play at Northeast. That's gonna be those kind of kids that are gonna bring in scouts and everything else. So, everybody else just has to fall in line and be ready to go. But John is an excellent kid. I look forward to helping him out. He's got 2 more years and seeing where he goes with football and everything.
But I definitely say, man, kudos to those kids' parents, man. I've kind of been around them a little bit and kind of running the journey more and more as I attend the camps. And I've been knowing Nick since he played in the rec league. Both of those kids are stand-up, respectful guys, man. So kudos to their parents, man, and kudos to the people around them. So, man, that's it. I just wanted they're great kids. Boyd, you got something else for them?
Yeah, man. What you think Northeast chances are next year?
Man, I think Northeast they'll be highly ranked. I think they'll be at the top. They should be in the top 5 at least next year. I expect a big run out because mostly everybody's coming back.
Right.
Confidence is up. That was the biggest thing with the kids, the confidence. And now that they see what they can do, and they know what they can do, I think the sky's the limit, man. I think we're going to be one of the top teams in the state this year.
Hey, man, it's always a pleasure, Coach, man. Hey, keep doing what you're doing, man, and hey, everything gonna work out like it's supposed to.
Hey, man, I appreciate y'all, man, because y'all giving a forum for middle school, high school sports, middle Georgia area, and that's what we need, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, okay.
All right, man. Appreciate you, Coach.
All right, Coach.
All right, appreciate y'all, man. Y'all take it easy now.
All right.
All right, bye.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I want to see how they're gonna look, man. I really like the program that they're building over there, man. I see it. It's not happening as fast as some want it to, but I definitely see it.
One thing I'll say, man, I'm gonna give a kudos to from Coach Wiggins down, man. They're building a system where the middle school and high school are working hand in hand, and they're working to develop kids, man. So that's the way you got to do it, man. Especially if you want to keep your kids together, man. So kudos to the middle school, Appleton. Kudos to the high school coaches, man. Those guys being on the same page. And Northeast definitely is going to be a top 5 rated team next year. It's going to be different because they're going to have that bullseye on them. Ted Khalid, they're going to be the target next year. Now everybody gunning for them.
Right.
So it's going to be interesting to see how they respond, man, in a full year without the COVID, man. So I truly believe, though, Coach Boyd, if they would have won that region and had that second round playoff game at home, things might have been a little different.
Might have been. All right, so we're gonna jump sports, man, and we're gonna go to the girls, man. The girls basketball, man. We're gonna bring one of our special guests on. Miss Gabby from Jackson. We're gonna do a little talking to her for a little bit, man.
Man, bring on.
How you doing?
I'm good. How you guys doing?
I'm fine. I got one question, Miss Gabby. How do you pronounce your last name? I did not want to say it wrong.
Because I thought I was going to say it wrong.
Most people, I just tell them Cartagena so it don't be like a hassle, but it's really pronounced Cartagena.
Okay.
Cartagena.
Yes, sir.
I definitely was going to say Cartagena.
I was going to say Cartagena too.
That's fine. See, that's fine.
He was dancing around it. He ain't want no part of it.
Hey, Miss Gabby from Jackson, they know exactly who I'm talking about. I'd rather do that, man. But yeah, man, we're gonna go ahead and get into it, man. And, tell the people, man, like when you started playing basketball. How long you been playing, and where it started at, and who started you doing it, and that stuff.
I really started playing basketball like with my brothers because I have three brothers, and I'm the youngest, so like I had no choice but to play basketball with them. And
All right.
so my first time playing organized basketball was probably in middle school. Like I kind of
Okay.
started late because of where I live, and I didn't have
Uh-huh.
access to like what everybody else had access to. So I kind of started late, but I started picking up and being serious probably about ninth grade, and then
Uh-huh.
this is where I'm at today.
Seems like a lot of the girls start off late. Most of the
Yes,
girls
sir.
that we brought out, we brought on the show, they always say I started seventh grade, eighth grade, So, that's saying a lot about you and your hard work.
Yes, sir.
Speaking of that, Gabby, I just want to commend you for. You say you started late. You're in a rural area, so congratulations to you for signing that Division I scholarship. Coming from such a rural area like Jackson, it shows how much hard work that you put in and how your game has developed over the years. So before I get into any questions, I just want to give you a kudos and congratulations. And I definitely be following you at Troy.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
All right, speaking of that, girl, you had a monster senior season. The last 2 years, you've been a double machine, averaging over 20 points, 10 rebounds. How did your game really take off from your sophomore year to your junior and senior seasons? Because you was averaging 16 your sophomore season, and your numbers just took out tremendously the past 2 seasons. What can you attribute to your success?
I started to realize like, is my mic messing up?
No, you're fine.
You
Okay,
fine.
okay. Um, I started to realize if I really wanted to play college basketball, I needed to become more serious. Like, and plus, back then I was playing softball and basketball, so I was playing both sports. I wasn't really focusing on basketball as much as I should have. And so that summer, I was going to training like 5 days out the week. It was like every single day I was getting some type of work in. And I was like, I need to take over the team because if I don't, we're going to be in the same circumstances we were the years before. So I had to try to put the team on my back basically and get it done. So, and I really wanted to play basketball in college, so I was like, I really need to take this more serious.
Definitely. It showed, like I say, your stats increased this season. Last year you had an All-State year. This year was an All-State performer as well. When it came down to your college choices, like was Troy the only? What other schools were offering you, and what made you decide on Troy?
I had a Gardner Webb offer, Jacksonville State, Georgia College, and North Carolina A&T. And I picked Troy because it just felt like a very home environment. Like they treated me, they've been here through it all. Like when I wasn't putting up those big numbers, they was right there. Like they didn't come out of nowhere. They was watching my games. They was texting me consistently, and they was checking on me. And when I got there, like the players, they were nice, and it was just like, that's where I needed to be. And the coaching staff is like perfect. Like they're a good coaching staff.
I
So
definitely feel like finding your right fit is definitely one of the most important aspects of going to college. So I'm glad you're able to find your right fit.
yes, sir.
Coach Void, you got something for?
Yeah, who's your trainer?
His name is Coach Swain. He's out of right now he's out of Hateville in Atlanta.
Hateville.
So yes, sir.
Okay, okay. So how often do you train?
I try to get in there as much as possible. I try to go at least 4 days out the week.
Okay, okay. So you say
Yes,
you
sir.
did have some siblings that play, right?
Well, they didn't play for real, but
Right,
yeah,
right.
we played
Okay,
together.
okay. So you end up being the best basketball player
Yes,
in
sir.
the family.
See, back then they could, bully me, do whatever. But if we go out there now,
Right.
they know who's gonna win.
Hey, ain't that how it happened with Reggie Miller and Cheryl? Ain't that how it happened, Coach Allen?
Yeah, that's right. That's
They
right.
said it was something like that with Reggie Miller and his sister. So hey, that
Hey,
says a
Gab,
lot
I got a
about you.
question for you. As you on this season, you became the focal point of team defensively. Like, how was it like to face those double and triple teams and still was able to get your numbers and get your teammates involved? Like, how did the game slow down for you, or how did you attack those, knowing every night you were the focal point of the defense? Like, what was your mind frame going into games?
I know I had to stay focused and like I couldn't get off track or be down on myself, because if I become down, my teammates are gonna become down. So it would just make our whole atmosphere go down. So I know I had to stay up, stay positive, and when everybody collapsed on me, it opened up everybody else too. So then when they started going back out, then I could take control again. But even when I was being double teamed and all that, I still play my game. I didn't let it affect me. I didn't get nervous or nothing because I knew it was coming. I mean, that's smart to do, but I tried to be calm and do as best as I could. But my
So
teammates, they really held it down when
so
it happened.
so what all defenses did you see? I mean, what defenses did people throw at you?
Um, well, mostly it was boxing one, but
Uh
sometimes when the games were close, you would see the double teams, and like on inbounds, it would be like triple team, and I'd be like, oh my gosh.
huh.
But I still found a way to get open. Like Peach County, they was triple teaming me, and Pike, they did it too. America Sumter, they did double team a lot. They tried to trap me every time I got the ball, but I tried to stay focused and calm as much as I could. So it
Gotcha,
was.
gotcha.
Gabby, have
So
you been taking a look at the college on Final Four? You been watching it? What you think about? What your thoughts on it? Did your favorite team? Who you rooting for?
Well, I was rooting for Baylor, but that they didn't make it. So I was surprised Arizona got it that far. I was like, but they play hard. I'm not gonna give. They play really, really hard, and sometimes skill. I mean, playing hard can be skill. So they. I was very shocked. I was really, really shocked.
You kind of like McDonald's, like Arizona. They geared to y'all with a focus for y'all kind of a similar team. I mean, similar
Yeah.
things on the team. They focused on y'all, so y'all got all your teammates involved. Coach
Yes.
Reed said they tried to throw all five of them at you, and that still didn't slow you down.
Yeah. When we played the region, like in the region tournament, yeah, he was throwing them all at me.
yeah.
But I just kept trying to keep going because at the end of the day, I wanted it real bad because it's my senior year and I wanted to go all the way. But things happen.
So how
Oh
does
yeah.
it feel to be Mrs. Middle Georgia with Hype South? How does that feel? I mean, that recognition.
It feels really good. I'm glad that people are finally realizing the player I am and realizing my capabilities, and I'm not getting overlooked as sometimes I used to think I was getting overlooked. But it feels really good, and I'm really happy, and I'm blessed to get it.
Yeah.
Have
I
you had
actually
any
watch
advice
you.
for any players, especially from rural areas, who feel like they're being overlooked? Like, can you what kind of advice you got for them as far as keeping the belief and trust in the process? You got any advice for any players?
I would just say keep working, never stop working. Like do things behind closed doors, because that's what people don't see. They don't see all them hours you've been putting in that work, and they don't see all the times you want to just quit and just say forget it. And what people don't realize, the gyms being the worst areas and the worst places, and they get over, and then they get their chance. So I would just say stay humble and stay focused, and make sure you get your grades right. That's the number one thing too. Grades will get you so far.
That was that's
Yeah,
probably
that's
the
the
best
one.
advice. That's the best thing we've said today about the grades, Gabby.
Grades, I'm telling you, because you can be the best basketball player, but the first thing they ask for is your transcript.
Speaking of that, have you decided to major? Like, what you gonna major in when you go to Troy?
I'm thinking about psychology. I'm leaning towards psychology. I want to be a psychiatrist, but I really do want to play a basketball overseas. So hopefully that works out.
Hey, one thing about that degree, they can never take it away from you, and
Never.
never. So definitely keep that in mind. It's a pleasure to have you on, Gabby. I find I've been following your game from around because I actually coach down in Lamar County at the middle
Okay.
school level. So they told me you used to tear them up in middle school too. So when you played over there at Henderson, so I've been hearing about you and been following you around. So you had a tremendous career. It's been a pleasure to follow you, and I wish you number success.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and I did watch you twice. I watched you twice this year when you played Central.
Yes,
Now, I'm a
sir.
Central fan, but I'm a basketball fan also. So, and I actually saw you in the region game, man. You really put the team on your back, man. And Central played good, but you was the one that put your team on your back, and did what you're supposed to do, man. And you keep grinding, keep doing what you're supposed to be doing. Hey, and like you said with your grades, man. Stay on top of your grades, man. And your future's very bright.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
before you
Thank you
get out
so
of
much.
here, what is it like to play against Zy from down there in Pike County? I faced in middle school a couple of years ago. But what type of player is she before you get out of here? From I think it's Zy Thompson from Pike
Yeah,
County.
yes, sir. She actually played on my AAU younger team, and so like she's a monster. She's really tall. She's very athletic. She's a beast. She's strong and she runs the court. She doesn't get tired at all. And when you play against her, it's hard to defend her because I'm one of the tallest people on my team, and trying to defend someone who's like 6'2" and strong is kind of difficult. But she's definitely gonna be good. She she just gotta get out her head sometimes. Sometimes she's very down on herself, but once she become more like positive, she's gonna be a beast. She's definitely one of the top. She's definitely one of the top underclassmen in our region or in the Middle Georgia period. She is. So
Definitely,
yeah.
definitely. So I just want to give her some kudos. That was just want to see how you felt about competing against her.
Yes, sir. She's very good. Very good player.
Definitely. Well, I'd like to say, Gabby, we wish you nothing but success. Thank you for taking time. Taking time out your schedule to join us today, and we'll be following you.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, man.
But boy, that
She.
was pretty cool, man. That's what
Oh yeah.
that's what Datz Major's all about, man. Because a lot of times, like nobody wouldn't even got a chance. She wouldn't have got a chance to hear her voice, even voice who she is, man. So that's really what it's all about, man. Catching those kids in those rural areas, man, and those kids that lack exposure, man. So that's pretty. That's what Datz Major's all about, man.
That's right, man. So let's keep it on the basketball topic, man. I want to bring one of my favorite people in, man. Coach Harnett, man, over there with the Hype South Skills Lab. Let's bring him in.
Yo,
What's going
Yo,
on,
my
Coach?
guy.
How you doing, man?
I'm at home, man. I'm in the lab, man.
Hey, man. That's what it's about, man.
Cody Boy, first of all, we got to be some good people, man, because this guy here, he's one of the guys that puts the work in on the front end, man, but stays out of the limelight. So we must be some good people, Cody Boy, because if he gonna give us a couple minutes of his time, man, look at him, man. I appreciate you, Coach, man. I see you. I see you, boy. I see you now. I just want you to know I see you.
Man, I don't know who put that out there, man. Y'all ain't never got to beg me to give you an hour, man. Ain't no problem, man. What's going
Hey,
on?
Before
that
you tell us
much,
a little
man.
about yourself, man, let me go ahead and give you your flowers now, man. Before any of this stuff even jumped off, man, you shared a vision with me, man, about 5 or 6 years ago. We was working at Bill County Parks and Recreation together, man. So before you even came up with the name High South Elite, man, I just want to say High South Skills Lab. I just want to say, man, you already had the vision, man. And I want to commend you, man, for what you're doing, man, for the kids, man, because hey, man, nothing like getting out there on the front line. So I just want to commend you, Coach Harnett, man. Great job, man.
I appreciate it, man. I had that vision for a long time, man. Me and Jolly used to have some crazy conversations, man, about a lot of things I was going through and the struggle to try to get facilities and try to find somewhere where the kids could get better. And I also just wanted to create a magazine, man, to promote the kids and give them a better opportunity to be seen. Because I'm one of the guys that feel like there's a level for everybody, man. There's some kind of level, whether that's top D1 level, mid, major, lower level, D2, D3, JUCO, whatever it is, man. I just feel like there's a level for anybody. Anybody, willing to put the work in. I can get whatever you want out of it, but you just have to be willing to commit and stay consistent.
Right. So I know you got some of the good players around the city, man. How is it to train Wasey and Trey Solomon, and those kids, man? Because and tell me about their development. Where you see them getting better at?
Man, I see men. Man, let me show y'all something. Let me show y'all something, man. Let me show y'all.
You still at it.
Can y'all,
You still at it.
can y'all see them Joker, man?
Yeah, I can
Yeah,
see
we
them, man.
see him.
Man,
Yeah, you
man,
still at it.
them Joker hungry, man.
Yeah,
It's
man.
easy when you got kids that's hungry, but uh, every kid, I just want to put this out there. Every single kid that's in the skills lab is here because they want to be. I've
Right.
never reached out to a kid. I've never recruited a kid to come here. I've never said, come here and work out with me. I'm better than anybody. I've never done that one time.
Right.
So if that word is out there or anybody ever put that out there that's false, I just want to put that on the table right now. Everybody that's in the lab wants to be here. And my
Right.
message to each and every last one of them, if they were coming from somewhere else, has always been, but if you feel like that guy is your guy, you need to stay with them.
Right.
Just stay consistent with them, because you
Right.
come
Right.
to me and I mess you up and then you go back to him, then
Right.
he gonna have to do double the work to try to get you back where you were.
Right.
So
Right.
if you
Right.
believe that a trainer or whoever it is your guy, you got to stick with them and stay consistent. Consistency is king. It's gonna always be king. When Vic Waste dropped the Waste off in the 5th grade, him, my son Jay Mosley, and Tony Card, man, those kids were like some little babies, man. That I first started teaching them stuff, and they started picking stuff up, and they just started developing. And there's always been naysayers about these kids as well. Don't think people. I mean, Wasted signed with the University of Florida, and he still has naysayers,
Right.
you know. And you just have to believe in what you're doing, man. Put it out there, and everything. Ever since I started investing, pouring out back into these kids, man, God has been blessing me from all different ways, man. Just in an abundance, man. It's unbelievable, man.
Hey, with that being said, Coach, man, when you're genuine about what you do, man, good things happen to good people. I know you from a family lineage of Hardnets, man, in basketball. Who are some guys that were instrumental for you, man, or pivotal for you, actually becoming obtaining the love for basketball and want to give back, man? Who are some guys you want to give credit to along the way who were like mentors to you?
Oh man, I try to take a little bit from everybody, man, that I've come in contact. You guys know I played with Coach Calhoun, who's a Hall of Famer. But it goes all the way back to my Jeff Malone coaches. I played 2 years with Jeff Malone, and Jeff showed me. I learned so much about being a pro, man, from Jeff. He was just so instrumental in how to approach the game and things of that nature. All the way back to Randy Brown at Central, they were all just instrumental, man. I take every little piece from everybody that I come in contact with, all the way to, Middle Georgia College. You guys know, a lot of people probably don't know, I was a JUCO product as well. I had that, and I have a story to tell as well, man. I was getting ready to eat that scholarship to Georgetown out of Central, and I didn't make the SAT score. And that was a story for me, man. And I cried for a month straight. I went in straight depression because Georgetown came down and we got upset in that region tournament game. And then when I got my SAT scores, it wasn't enough. And to see them sign Allen Iverson at the same time, you see the way he turned out, it would have been a backcourt with me and him. So you can imagine how I felt. But, I came along now, man, and built so many relationships, man. And I still have all those relationships going now to help me go. Like Kevin Freeman, Richard Hamilton, Ricky Moore, a lot of those guys, man. If you see those guys, look on my Facebook, you'll still see those guys, man, doing the same thing, doing the same silly stuff we did when we were in school, man. You guys know about the relationships you build along the way, man. And it's helping me become who I am and where I am. And as far as the game, my dad was probably the first one, to probably, like you say, the bloodline was so thick, man. When I stand in that Southwest gym and see my uncle's name on that wall, man, it just does something to me, man. That's a special bond that we have. And, it's just great to be able to now come back and give it back to the youth. and it's working. What we're doing is working. I owe a lot to Wacy Reed Senior because I actually went to him with what I wanted to do, and with him being an English major, the magazine was the easy part. We kind of fell into place with what we were doing, and man, it's been going ever since. Man, we got so many guys. Even a lot of people don't understand that. A lot of times we help kids or Kuwaiti help kids. They get in school and the kids never know who helped them out.
Right.
They think the offers fall out of the sky, but they really don't. But we don't never bring it up. We don't never, because that's not what we're in it for. That's not what we're in it for. When you do it with a genuine heart, like Jolly said, good things come from it. And man, when I tell you I've been blessed with abundance, man, it's unbelievable.
Have you noticed a difference in the way kids are, or the way they prepared back when you played, and the way they are now? Is there a difference, or are kids the same, or how's that? How can you say the game is what kids have their approach toward the game? How has that changed, or has it changed at all?
Man, you know the answer to that.
I know. I want you to say it.
Man, it's totally different. I come from an era when I played where coaches were allowed to hit you, when coaches were allowed to put their hands on you, and your parents co-signed it. So
Right.
you come from that era, and now you have to do a lot more than just coach the kids now. You can't just show up and coach kids now. And you kind of have to dig a little bit deeper and try to understand where kids are coming from and their background with things of that nature. One of the biggest things I see, like, with Alvoy's kids and your son, Jolly, a lot of our kids, man, they're just great kids, man. And it's hard to kind of get that monster out of them, man, and get them to be a little bit nasty, man. And that's one of the hardest.
I got the nicest kid in the world, right? Honey, I got the nicest 12-year-old in the world right over here, now. The nicest 12-year-old in the world.
We raise our kids so good, man, and they such good kids, man. It's hard to do that. And when I get a kid like Kuwaiti Reed Jr. or my son, Kuwaiti Reed Jr. is an alien, man. He's one of the strangest kids I've ever seen, man. Reads a lot, started to speak Korean, just doing all kind of crazy, doing all kinds of stretches. He's just he's just a strange bird, man. That's obsessed with being great, and he makes it easy for him to be around, and he does everything the right way with the 4.0 GPA. And it came down to Florida and Stanford. When Stanford is recruiting a basketball player, that's right. A different situation. Right. That's a different animal. So
right.
He's kind of different. So he's kind of doing things. But I have a gym full of kids over here now that all of them are hungry to do something. And I would bet probably, unless they go into 80 to 90% of them will be in a school somewhere in the next 3 to 4 years. Because I have a couple of young kids in here too. So, and some of them are not there yet. So we still on the path of trying to make them what we want them to be. But I mean, they put in the work. They want to work, and like I said, that's why they're here.
Hey, Hardnett, I got a 12-year-old wear a size 12 shoe. He the nicest guy. He the nicest 12-year-old in the world. Man, I need to get him. I need to get him over there to the lab.
Hot sauce in his food, Jolly.
Gunpowder. You remember we used to always hear about somebody getting gunpowder to the dog?
Yeah, man.
Put some gunpowder in his food.
Right.
I tell my son the same thing, man. But I always tell kids too. Man, I didn't realize I was really good until I got to be like a freshman when I went to Middle Georgia, man, I wasn't even starting. Like by something happened, one of the guys that was starting, I actually went there late because I went to Oklahoma first. And I didn't like it. Most people don't know that. I went to Carl Albert State. And I went there and they were building a new gym and I was miserable, man. I didn't have anywhere to go shoot. My mom and dad were getting into it at home because my mom told me bring my baby home. My dad said let his butt stay out there. So I'm dealing with that. So I come back and the guy from Middle Georgia held one scholarship for me. And it just so happened a guy named Ben He was a white kid that played the point guard. His mom got sick, unfortunately, and I kind of got forced into being the point guard, and from there it just took off, man. From there it just took off. I didn't think I was that good. Everybody was telling me I was great, but I didn't think I was that good.
I was mentioning earlier to Gabby about degree, man. Can you just emphasize, Coach Arnett, how important it is to obtain that college degree and how many doors it'll be able to open up for you? You know what I mean? Along with basketball, how important that college degree was. Many people don't know. Coach Arnett is a graduate of UConn University. So,
You know the struggle, don't you?
man,
We had a lot
I'll
of
give you the
conversations about
testimony,
that
man. So
not
you
having that degree, it kind of held me back from what I really was trying to do. Also, when I was done at UConn, they tried to get me to stay. But of course, I was still trying to play at the time. But I probably would be 10, 11, 15 years in coaching now. They tried to add me to the as a grad assistant to the staff when I first got done. And I passed up on that opportunity to go and play a little bit overseas. Like I said, play with Jeff Malone and played in the CBA, which is now the developmental league. They changed it to developmental league now. And just here recently, I obtained my degree from University of Connecticut thanks to my roommate, Kevin Freeman, who's an assistant at UConn right now. And they just did everything for me, man. And people think that universities are using you for your athletic ability, where you have to return the favor and use them for their education. Get what you can get out of them as well. You have to use it for the books, for the money, all of the things that they get, that you benefit from. You have to take advantage of it. I got mine late, but there's some doors that opened up once I obtained it. A lot of people are still, I hear the comments that people don't have their paper and people don't have their stuff together and things like that. And they say what they can say what they want. That's one thing they can never take from you. I've slowed a little bit on the court. One of my eyes is a little bit twitchy when I try to shoot from the corner board. But one thing about that degree is still on the wall no matter what. It's going to be on the wall, and my picture is hanging in their UConn office for that degree. And that's one thing I have up here, so they'll never be able to take that part from me.
Man, that's what's up, man. That's definitely what's up. Man, we're going to let you get back to the lab, Coach, man. It's always a pleasure, man. Hey, keep doing what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm excited about Hype South future.
Hey, man, I appreciate what y'all doing, man. I thank y'all for what y'all continuing to do, man. And it is possible for all of us to make sure these kids get. And I want to kill the theory that our kids don't stay, man. There's a bad theory out that our kids go to school and don't stay, man. They get into other stuff. And I always give my kids the message before they come in the lab. You got to promise me you're going to get your degree. And when you get ready to go to school, don't touch these folks' stuff. You go down there and do what you're supposed to do. Don't touch these folks' stuff. Don't get into it with, I don't know other way to say it, with these females and stuff. I know you're going to be a boss relationship. You go down there and do what you got to do. And all that stuff still going to be there when you get done in 2 to 3 years. And I believe in Macon and Middle Georgia kids, not just Macon, the surrounding areas. I have more kids from the surrounding areas in here right now than I do from Macon. And they're in here, and I appreciate everything that y'all doing, man. And y'all keep the platform going, and we'll always be here to support you guys, man. And we appreciate everything y'all doing. Wasey over there playing one-on-one, man. I don't know if y'all gonna be able to get him over here.
Hey,
tell him we'll be.
I saw the new shirts come in, man. I saw the new shirts now.
Man, I had you a shirt for the show, man, and you didn't even pick it up. I think you had to go meet your son or something, man.
I did, man. I'm coming. I like that green one you got it though. That green one look real hot.
Hey, tell Wasey we waiting on him. Wasey Jr., tell him we waiting on him. So, hey, we're going to go and let you get out of here, man. Tell him to go on and jump on when he can.
Wasey, come on. He can get on right here.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you want Lil Wasey?
Yeah, Lil Wasey. We don't have Big Wasey.
You don't need no shirt. I'm sorry. I should have paused that. Yeah. You ain't gonna miss it. You gotta get dressed, man.
Oh,
Hey,
hey,
man.
hey, you staying on the court, man.
Hello?
What's
What's
going on,
going
man?
on, man?
What's going on? Trying to get someone quiet so y'all can hear me.
Okay,
So I can hear y'all.
all right.
All right.
All right.
What's going on, man? You stay in that lab, don't
Yeah, man.
you?
Man,
What's
look here, man. I tell anybody, I remember you was shooting on the 7 to 8-year-old goals over there at North Macon, man. I was refereeing. So, man, I remember you, but you can't, I watched you grow up, man. I just want to say, man, congratulations on everything that you've earned, man. Everything that all the recognition you got, you deserved it, man. Every time I've seen you, you've been a humble, respectful kid. You just all you know is I just know your daddy, and so you just always speak to me, man. So congratulations on you deserve everything you got, man, including the most important thing, man, the 4.0 GPA. That says the most about you, man. So I just want to congratulate you on everything, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it. I appreciate it.
So tell them how you started, man. How you started playing ball, man. What age?
Round 4 with
Round 4.
through the Upward program.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, so I started playing Upward about 4. And that lasted for about 2 or 3 years, and then on the rec,
Uh-huh.
and stuff like that, and then just built on throughout there, and then middle school ball, high school ball, and then gonna be college now. Just going through the process throughout the year, just staying consistent with it, really consistent with every type of sport. But probably around the age about 13, 14, I just really started to focus on basketball. I felt like that was my calling, and that was a sport I wanted to prioritize.
Right, right.
Man,
Yeah, I seen you, man. I seen you play when you was a little gator. That was the first time I saw you play. I think you was 10. And I said to myself, man, I like, man, this kid, he's gonna be pretty good. And I actually watched you, man, from there to when you got the Weaver. And I started seeing you shoot the ball, and I'm like, okay, man, he's getting pretty good, man. He's getting pretty good. So tell me, man, your development. Like, how was your development in high school? Like from 10th grade to now. What do you think you got better at?
Uh, Came in from 8th grade to ninth. Came in for eighth
Uh-huh.
grade to ninth summer ball practice. Just really just trying to learn and get a feeling for the pace and level of the next level after middle school, and just getting prepared, playing with Kayvon, Greg, all the seniors, the older guys. They just paved the way, and I just watched and learned, and just came in not with a feeling of entitlement, just with an open mind and just ready to learn, not thinking I know everything. And I listen. So
Right.
from eighth to ninth, that summer ball practice, that was real crucial towards my development, because it got me accustomed to how the high school level is. So we played a lot of summer games and played a lot of teams that we ended up playing in the season. So it was a good experience. So throughout the years, 10th, 11th, 12th, I just built on everything. So it first came in at just straight catch and shoot. Just straight come in the game, don't dribble, shoot the ball, play defense. That's Coach Gruden.
Yeah.
Shoot the ball,
Right.
play defense. That's it. And
Right.
then once the older guys left, got a chance to show my game a little bit more and work on my game a little bit more. Because as ninth grade, I really wasn't that strong putting the ball on the floor physically. Got a little bit better 10th grade, still shaky a little bit, but my main priority was shooting the ball in ninth grade. But 10th grade, that's when I started to put the ball on the floor a little bit. From
Gotcha.
10th to 11th, about the same amount. Just grew gradually. In the height increase, the growth
Right.
it helped from about 5'11", 5'10", about 6'2" from 9th to 10th. Then from 10th to 11, about 6'2" to about 6'5".
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Speaking of that way, so like I said, ninth grade year, you primarily a corner 3 shooter. And each year you got better and better. How was it this year having everything on your shoulders? You know, the first 3 years you always had a guy that can put it in the hole, a guy that kind of was kind of like your Batman and Robin. How was it this year knowing that you were the leader of the team and it was on you to perform every night? How did you take that on?
Well, I worked all summer. I mean, running I was preparing for it because I knew it was coming, so I was just running, and got in way better shape. I could say I wasn't in tip top shape, but I was in the best shape of my life this past season because I didn't get tired as much. I was eating right, drinking right, and I was getting up running every day, going to sand pits, working out 3-4 times a day in the gym. So I was preparing myself for that mentally. The mental part, well, I was preparing myself physically. The mental part, I really want to prepare myself for, and it showed this year a little bit at times. But I had to just work through it. I think I learned the mental part as the season went on. Those tough losses are when we play a good team and they started a game plan for me and doubling, making my teammates beat them. I had to find ways to make my teammates better. And sometimes I just had to find ways to say, forget a double team and just find a way to put the ball in the hole.
Right.
Speaking of that, man, I want to let me tell you something, man. The one thing like I said, I've been following your entire career, but I saw something this year, man, that playoff game. Your defense, man, your defense that you had on the guy from Westover beat him, man. I was impressed by the way that you went at it defensively. A lot of times we always look at your highlights, your slams, and your 3-point balls. But I just want to commend you, man, for the defensive effort that I saw, man, especially in that playoff game. You've been doing it all season. But I just want to tell you, man, you left everything on the floor that night, and I was most impressed with your defense, man. So what do you attribute that to? Just being a hard worker, or how did you learn to improve on your defense?
Definitely. Like I said, I worked on my body physically throughout the summer, so I was in the weight room also as well as running. So I used to try to do it 11th grade a lot, guard the other team's best player or their featured guy that they wanted to get the ball to, but I would be out of gas from the offensive end, so it would have to be somebody else. And I didn't want it to be that way going out because if I wanted to go out, I wanted to go out my way. That's why every game, 9th through 10th, 9th through 11th, I was mad, crying, and everything like that after we lost in the playoffs because I didn't. It wasn't because that we lost; it was because I truly felt like I didn't leave it all out there. I mean, after that game, a couple months ago, I was pleased. I was satisfied. I couldn't.
Hey, you left it. Hey, you left it all out there, man.
Yeah, I truly could say to myself that I left it all out there, and I couldn't change it. So, but yeah, that mental aspect, it just going into that, knowing I just had to do what I had to do for my team and provide for my team, and dang, I lost my train of thought.
That's all right. Hey, before I get over Coach Boyd right quick, hey, kind of tell us about how many schools were recruiting you? What led you to decide on Florida? How did you find Florida being your best fit? Was it the offense, the coaches? Who all was recruiting you? And how did Florida become the right fit for you?
Well, a lot of schools recruited me: Georgia Tech, Clemson, Florida, Stanford. The list goes on and on. South Florida, Mercer, Georgia. It was a lot, man. Some schools came in toward the end, like Carolina and stuff like that. So, but I mean, the list goes on. I mean, I really just looked at those actions of the coaches that recruited me. That's how I came down with my final list and things of that nature. Because in the recruiting process, a lot of kids learn quickly that people say things, but they do another, or they see somebody in their conference offer you, they offer you and never talk to you again. Because they're just throwing it out there. So the people that stay consistent and recruiting me were calling me every day, coming to a majority of my games. Those are the people that I took serious in my recruitment because I felt like they were serious with me. So it came down to Georgia Tech, Stanford, and Florida, and going into that, it was just a whole lot of what was going to be the right fit for me and further in my life, not anyone else, just me, and where I think I could play the best basketball and be the best me at academically as well.
Definitely.
Hey man, yeah, man. I'm gonna tell you, man. The reason I asked you about your development, man, I seen a big jump that you did from 11 to this year. I know a lot of teams, man. I watched a lot of teams try to deny ball to you. They used to try to play a defense where they wouldn't let you catch the ball. And I actually seen that you changed that this year. Like a lot of teams couldn't do that to you this year. You know, did you get in and you worked? Was it something that you got in the lab and worked on, or what was it?
Yeah, I think that was a part of my physical practice. The weight room stuff that really helped because For other years, they just put an older kid on me, and then he's bigger and stronger.
Right.
He just kind of bottom me up a little bit without me getting the ball. And it's also lab stuff, technique, ways to get open in the ball, sit on their knees and get open, some stuff like that. But I think it really, the majority of it was a part of my weight training process throughout the summer that just passed.
I'm gonna tell you, man, just me seeing that little part, man, that was very important that you put in your game. And I'm gonna go ahead and say it because I don't say it to your dad. You know, I don't say it to other people, man. Like, you the best I don't seen at Westside. When I saw you do that, you don't have a weakness in your game. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care what nobody say we can force all day. But far as when I saw you do that, you know, you don't have a weakness in your game, man. You're an underrated passer because you do pass the ball pretty good, and you're very unselfish. You know, to be the scorer that you are. But you can put the ball down on both sides, man. You can, with both hands. You can shoot it. You always playing Call of Duty. That's what I tell your dad. I always see you playing Call of Duty. You play defense, you rebound. You know, so at this point, man, I don't see a weakness, man. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sticking with my word.
Appreciate it.
Hey, going into Florida next year, you anticipate coming in trying to gain some minutes early on, or what are your expectations going into Florida next year?
Well, I don't anticipate anything. I just I'm going in with an open, like, same weight. I haven't done anything. The guys that are there now, they earn their right to be playing. They earn their right to have their minutes. So the only way I'm going to get in there is going there, working hard, and earning those minutes. I mean, like I say, going in there with the same mindset as from middle school to high school, that non-entitlement mindset. It don't matter what you did in high school. It was great. The accomplishments, they were great to look back on and say, hey, I did this and that. But now it's time to go to the next chapter of my life and just really learn everything I can about the next level.
Definitely. Man, I got one more thing for you as well, man. You had a lot of opportunities, to go play on the so-called tennis shoe circuits and play with these different teams. How did your AAU, the independent, playing on the independent teams, how did that work well for you? Why did you always decide to stay that route instead of going over to the other teams that actually wanted you to play? What always led you to stay loyal to your independent team?
Because it was just, honestly, it was just a thing that made sense. Because, like I say, nothing wrong with a shoe circuit team, nothing at all. It's been probably more players, exactly, yeah. More players have come probably from shoe circuit teams in the league than anyone. So there's nothing wrong with that. But that doesn't have to be the end all be all for everybody. I mean, everybody's path is different. And mine was just based on solely the fact of loyalty and what made sense. It didn't make sense to go to a shoe team when the shoe teams are off their circuit and they're coming to this tournament to play, and they got 17, 18 people on their bench, and we only got 9, and we're playing them with 30, 40 coaches in the building. So it makes sense to go where you're going to be featured and be able to have a chance to show what you can do in front of coaches.
Gotcha. Definitely all about right fit, man. Definitely.
Well, man, we're going to let you get back to the lab, man. I know you stay in there, man. So, hey, man, look, like I said, man, I seen you as a small gator. Hey, and I'm looking forward to seeing you as a big gator now, man.
Hey, Waze, I just want to say this, though. When you was growing up a couple times, I was on the phone with your dad, and he'll say, Waze, you think he's going over here with these tonight? He ain't going nowhere. So, all those times your daddy told you couldn't go, boy, it paid off for you. That's all I want to say.
Oh, yeah.
Thoughts, man.
Okay, man, we'll let you get back to it, man. Appreciate you for coming.
All right.
All right, man. Good luck.
All right.
Hey, come on, man. I'm going to create a one-on-one for you.
Man, that was pretty cool, man.
Yeah, man, that's a good kid, man.
That kid was well spoken, man. The kid, man, he has a bright future, man. And like I said, it's interesting to see because there's been several transfers coming out down there from Florida, man. He probably is gonna get a chance to come in and compete for minutes right away. So it's gonna be interesting to see, man. He coming in, they definitely can use a kid that bring his size and length, like I talked about defensively. And I think on that dribble drive offense, I think if the Gators still running that'd be perfect for him.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, man. So we're gonna bring another Seminole on, man. Another West Side Seminole, man.
Yeah, you bring him. You surprised me with him, Coach Boyd. Who you got next?
We're gonna bring Simba, man, Simba Riley, man. Riley's son, man. You know, he been pretty busy, man, since the season been over with. So we want to talk to him about his experience with the 7-on-7 and all that stuff. My man, what's going on?
What's
Not
going on,
much.
man?
What's up?
Man, look, man. Hey, I've been watching you every weekend, man. You been over there on the 7-on-7, man. So we're gonna start off, man. We're gonna start early, man. That's what we do, man. We want to know how you jumped into playing, into sports. Cause I know you always played multiple sports.
Alright.
How did you end up, where you started at, far as when you started playing sports, where, and where's your favorite sport?
I started off I really was like a baseball player. Started off
Uh,
at Bloomfield. Then I had
Yeah.
went down to downtown, played at Central City Park, start playing football. Ever since then, I really been stuck on football.
uh,
Let me say
tell the
this to you, Molly, man. I'm gonna say this before we get started, man. Everybody has their own pathway, man, and everybody's time comes. So I know you're a kid, man. You're definitely underrated. I just want you to know that, man, keep trusting the process, man. You got a bright future, things ahead of you. So what's for you is gonna happen for you. You know what I'm saying? So whatever's going on around, whatever your plan is gonna
Thank
work
you.
out, man. So just keep trusting the process, man. You got a bright future and things gonna pick up for you, man. Just keep working hard.
Thank you.
So tell us what position, man. What position you playing over at Westside? Tell us about your season.
Um, I'm playing this upcoming year. I'm gonna play both ways, but most likely gonna start at receiver, work my way up DB a little bit, situational really.
Right, right. So
So
tell
your
us a little
primary
about the
position is wide receiver or corner. Which one's your primary position?
Wide receiver.
Okay.
which one you like more, wide receiver.
I don't know. As I got to play cornerback more, it's like I like to be. It's better to be physical a lot. Cause like
Right.
receivers coming off the ball, you get to be physical with them with 5 yards. So it's really both.
Okay, okay.
Hey, I noticed that you're playing 7-on-7, man, for Cam Newton. I think the 15 and under. How's that 7-on-7 experience for you, and what is it like being around other guys that just as talented as you and other guys, out there on the circuit? So how's that experience for you?
I had moved over from Cam Newton to Hustle Link.
Okay,
So,
yeah,
but
okay.
but playing with all these guys, tough guys, all Americans. Some people coming from Florida. It's like good talent, competition. It's all fun though. All the coaches cool, especially Coach Tony Ballard. He really cool with you. He gonna act like you. We'll have fun, but we also do it with class.
Definitely, definitely. Going into the season this year, West Side, man, you're actually gonna be kind of known to be a leader, even though you play early on. Like, what's your mindset going into this season, man, as far as developing that leadership role and being one of the guys on the team that's gonna be one of the mainstays, man? How are you preparing for that?
Just like getting my team ready. You got to get everybody on the same page. Quarterback, receivers, DBs, got to get everybody right. Linemen, got to get them up in the weight room. We all got to get big because, like, coming this season, we're really going to be underrated because we're small, we're slow. Everybody just got to work. So we just be putting the work in the weight room.
Definitely, definitely, definitely.
So who
Are
you
y'all
be?
gonna have a spring this season? Your spring game. Y'all got any dates on that? As far as the spring this year, y'all gonna have a spring game, or you not sure yet?
Yeah, we're going to have one May 14 against veterans at Ed D4.
Oh, that's gonna be a good one to get out there and check out, Coach Boyd.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. So who you train with, man? I know your dad to keep you pretty busy, man. Me and him talk. Me and him talk a lot, but I see you train with, I think I know a few of them, man. But it's pretty good that you stay active. So who's your main trainer and
A main trainer.
uh
Um,
do,
Ever since fourth grade, Coach Kent really been like DB receiver. I've been working on with him with both, and even now he's still coach for Hustle Link too with the DBs. He been just getting me right. Even when I had broke my collarbone last year, he got me right back back to it. And then United West Side, Coach Tavares, they got me back right with rehab and jump. Then trainer Warner Robins, Coach Tone, got me back right with the route running, all releases, just staying in shape. And then went down to Atlanta, got with Top Shelf TJ down, Top Shelf Steph, getting better with them. It's a whole lot of talent up there in Atlanta. Just learning all the other stuff that they got with NFL players and stuff. Just amazing.
How's your body, man? I know you recovered. You got kind of banged up. What is your groin a couple of weeks ago? How are you as far as recovery? Are you back to one? I think I see you go up and snatch one over the weekend. So I think you you bounced back, man. Are you 100% healthy?
Yes, sir. 100%.
That's what's up. That what's up.
Tell us about your catch, man. You had from Westside, the one hand catch, man. The T-shirt you had. That was one of the highlights, man. That's one of the highlights of the year right there. How was that?
It was great. Like when I caught it, it didn't even feel real. Everybody just got up cheering and jumped. Like I was like, oh man, my first catch was a one hand on ESPN. It was just like shocking.
Right.
Hey man, wish I got to go back to school, man. What's your favorite subject in school, man? What's your favorite subject?
I gotta say, world history.
That history. Okay, that's what's up. I'm an English man over here, so I was room for English, but I ain't gonna. I'm gonna let you slide on the world history though.
So how is it with your little brothers, man? Because you got little brothers out there that's playing too, man. Like Juju. That's one of mine. You know what I'm saying. So how is it, man? Like far as helping them, man, develop. You know what I'm saying. I know Juju play a different position, and then Juju played pretty much everything, man. He plays football, basketball, baseball, but from an older brother, man. I mean, how do you help him with his stuff?
Just gotta really, I just gotta really get his mind. Gotta get him focused and stuff. Don't worry about other stuff. Like he be focused on girls and jump. Like, I gotta get him off of that.
You gonna just call the man out, Coach Boy.
Called you out.
I gotta get him focused. He gotta be a leader. Like he gotta sit behind Stank. So I gotta get him focused. Gotta get him ready to compete. Like soon he start hitting camps. Gotta get him right. Gotta get him focused and stuff. Work on how to compete. That's the main thing.
Molly, can you tell us how important it is, man, to go to those camps? Like sometimes kids don't know about the exposure. Like how important are those things, man, as far as getting that exposure outside of making, man? How important is that?
It's really important because like it really gets you out there into other colleges, a lot just like around Macon. Like you get better competition. You get people from Florida, Alabama, Tennessee, South Carolina, North Carolina, all around the world. People flying over. Just better to just go to camps and stuff because like you'll get your 40 verified height, weight, wingspan, all that. Like especially when I went to the camp a couple of weeks ago, the MVP camp, there was a lot of good talent there. Like Chad Simmons, all other people, all the other receiver coaches, DBs, but they just got you right.
I watched you for a little while, man, but it started raining, man. I went and got in the car, man.
Hey, man, but I had to get on up out of there. I had already been wet. I had to get up out of there.
Yeah, man. Yeah, where your dad went, man?
He right here. He just pacing around right now.
Mr. Miley.
What up, fellas?
What's going on, boss?
What's going on, man?
What's going on, man?
What's good, man? Ball So Hard fam, man. Datz Major podcast.
That's right, man.
Wait, I see a lot of apparel floating around, boy. I gotta be good for a t-shirt or something, boy.
Man, I got you. I got you, dog.
Hey, man. I know me and you talked about, man, trying to do. You was gonna. You're trying to put that 7-on-7 together, man.
Well, first of all, Coach Ron, tell the viewers, man, what you've been witnessing traveling the last couple of weeks with the 7-on-7 tournament and how you think that'll bring great exposure to the Middle Georgia area, and kind of tell me about that program that where y'all been traveling around doing that.
I really feel like, as far as with the 707, it's really doing what AAU has been doing like for basketball for years. It's really getting bigger and bigger by the day. Tournaments popping up everywhere. It's really a chance for the skilled players. Like even when we were just up in Chattanooga, it wasn't just skilled players. They even had the big man. They had the line. No equipment, just going mono and mono. So they had the big man 5v5, and they had the 7v7. It's a chance for football players and people that take playing football serious, the craft and everything, a chance to get those reps all year round. You're gonna start seeing the evolution of the passing in the next 7 to 10 years. As far as because kids been playing more. They're playing year round now. We're gonna be doing 7v7 up until spring football. We're gonna take a break. Everybody gonna do spring football, then gonna go right back into 7v7. Like man, you're saying competition everywhere. You're competing with some of the best players. And you just it kind of gets you ready for college. I feel shoot, like he just now starting to get into like the starting rotation, and that took work. You feel me? And work and trust, especially when you're not an Atlanta kid. So you got to, they know those Atlanta kids because they see them all the time. They play 6A ball, 7A ball, big time ball. So just the fact that getting a chance to compete, and you hearing these same coaches saying, "Hey, boy, you tough, you this, you that," and just instilling that confidence. Because if he's gonna be like one of the big receivers for Westside going forward, you gotta have not just have the skill set, but you gotta have that confidence to be like a Jalen Barton. Like one thing about Barton, he knew that couldn't nobody stop me. He knew what he was gonna be able to do, and you gotta have that. It's a thin line. It's not that. It's a thin line between confidence and arrogance. I like them both. So, man, it's just all about just getting. What I'm saying, these kids get offers from these 7V tournaments. I'm thinking to myself, Macon could have their own team. You feel me? It's kids, it's rising seniors down here. I would love for the world to see. You feel me? If we can just get it together, I don't care. We go out there with t-shirts on. Long we coming out there to play ball because that's all, in the end. That's what it's all about. It's all about getting seen.
Man,
So man,
the most important thing you said, man, people need to start realizing that 707 is the same equivalent of summertime AAU for basketball. It's becoming the same thing, and I follow Twitter, man, and other social media platforms, and it's definitely the scouts, not necessarily coaches, but the recruiting people are there, the writers. So it's definitely a way, man. And like you said, man, Coach Miley, it's a ton of talent in the 478, man. The same way that we open the doors for basketball AAU teams right here in the area, as far as Warner Robins All Stars, Hype South, other teams, man. We can do that same thing here in Middle Georgia, man. I can think I know a quarterback and a couple running backs and receivers right off hand.
man, I got a group chat together with about 18 kids, man. It's just all about like I could help out as much as I can, but I can't run it. And we already got some coaches, but I can't run it because I'm just committed to a lot of things with Ball So Hard Fam and trying to be there. I can be there as with media and coverage and all that, but as far as trying to coach the team, I can't do that for like per se. But I know some cats that can do it and they want to do it. We just got to put these kids, put these kids together. At least hit a couple tournaments. 2 tournaments would be fine. You feel me? So we could just do that. Then 3 at the most. That's still exposure for a lot of kids going into the upcoming football season.
Definitely, man. We know there's a ton of talent, man. That way right there, man. It'd be a chance to just for the 478 area.
Most definitely.
Coach Boyd, you got something you want to ask about?
Hey, well, now just a statement. Hey, man, if you need anything from me, man, you just let me know. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
man, you already know.
I'm definitely with it, man. We just a text and phone call away. We always talking, so just let me know. I think we kind of lost him.
Yeah, man, that was pretty
I
cool,
think
man. Get a chance to even talk to Levante Miley, man. He's a kid I've seen grow and develop over the last couple of years. I look for a breakout season from him. Once he got past that, bounced back from that injury, man. The sky's the limit for the young man.
Man, tell me about your Saturday, man. Down here with the baseball. I got a
Oh
coach coming
man,
on, man. So he gonna let me know what went on with him Saturday, man. So
who that?
Coach DJ, man, Darius Bryan.
Oh, Coach Brian. Look, man. Um, it was an absolute, man. It was a great opening day, man, for Adonis Hollenshed and the Bloomfield baseball family, man. I've been out there with those guys maybe about 6 or 7 years, man, and this is probably it was out there at the South Bill Recreation Park out there, man, on Houston Road out there off Sardis Mill Road. And it was a great opening ceremony, man. Coach Brown, he's always passionate about his baseball, man, and I give my kudos to him and the other coaches, man, and everybody that put that thing together. And it was a great opening day, man. So Coach Brown has the Black Sox, man. I think he won on Saturday. He's one of the probably one of the favorites of the season, man, the team to beat. So he's gonna have that pressure on him, man. So I can't remember the score, man, but they came out and they had a good game. Coach Brown's team had a good game on Saturday.
Coach Brown, man, let us know how your Saturday went, man.
We had a good Saturday, man. A good opening ceremony. Hey, what's going on, Charlie?
What's up, Coach Brown, man? Man, tell the viewers, man. First of all, man, I want to commend you, man, for how many years you put into it, and you're very passionate about the game, man. So I just want to salute you, man, because I know you put a lot of time and effort and away from your family and the kids, man. So I always want to salute you. So kind of tell the viewers how long you've been coaching baseball, and did you play growing up, and what developed your love for the game?
Oh man, I actually I got to play a little bit of youth baseball, but most of like right now I think I've been coaching in I think I started out in Macon Little League back in hold on let me check the trophy. I started out in Macon Little League in 2012, but like I said, man, you'll be surprised, it really ain't even about that ball, man. That ball just what we get to use. It ain't even really about that ball. Thing about it is, I think I started out in 2012 at the Macon Little League, and I think the next year is when Adonis Hollenshed brought the Bloomfield Youth Baseball League back together, and my uncle Eric Brown and the late great Kenny, I almost said Carson. That's my other uncle Kenny. They all worked together over at the Macon Little League, and they actually brought me in. I want to say about 11 years ago. And since then, I took off. I think I started with my sister, Lieutenant Tequila Brown with the Macon Bill County Fire Department. And we was the Marlins over at the Macon Little League. And I think that's around the time that her career took off with it. And my little boy signed up. And from then on, it was one of them things where I noticed how little fathers we had out there. And I started noticing, where I could fit in at. And I think after that, I told myself I was going to put my time in with my son. And I started, is my light in here terrible? I feel like my light terrible.
I think you're
but,
right, but
like I said, can you hear me correctly?
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
But yeah, I think what it turned into is, me spending that time with my son, and I started spending them extra Sundays and Wednesdays out there with him. And then you had the other parents there say, "Hey, can my son come out there with you?" You know what I mean?
Right.
And after that, it turned into every summer we would put that time in, and then we go over the football season and we go over the basketball season, and after that, it just turned into, hey, this is what we're supposed to be doing. So nowadays, it ain't even really about the ball, man. I just try to do everything I can to affect my community in a positive way. And believe it or not, my community probably done more for me and growing me as a man than I done for that with these kids. So it ain't even really about the ball, man. Main thing we trying to do We trying to set a good example. I'm trying to raise these boys, and at the end of the day, do what I can to help y'all do what y'all doing out there myself. But we put a
Definitely.
brand on it and call it the Black Sox.
Hey man, I want to jump off the sports for a minute, man. I know you coach football too.
Oh, yeah.
How long were you down? Yeah, how long have you been coaching football?
Well, I tell you what, man, I enjoyed that baseball season so much, man. And you know, I'm actually a basketball player before any of this. So
Right.
crazy thing about it is, I actually can't even get into basketball because, believe it or not, I can, you know, right now, you know, I think I started coaching baseball in 2012. I think I started coaching football in 2013.
Gotcha.
I tried to get in that first year, but you know, I think due to it was like a longevity case, so they wouldn't let me in the first year. But then the next year, you know, they called me and they said, "We got you a spot. You got to coach 6U." And I said, "That's good. My son's 6."
Right.
And we won the
Gotcha.
Super. I lost the Super Bowl that year, but you know, again, it really wasn't never even about the ball though, boss.
Right.
It's still and to this day, you know, it still ain't necessarily about the ball. Like if a lot of people got to see a lot of the behind the scenes work that we doing, like you'd be surprised these teachers at these schools know me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know,
Right.
these folks in the community know me because believe it or not, that's what we do most of our work at.
Oh yeah, definitely. I
That's
can
what
I
we
can
doing our
definitely
work at. The ball just something that just became competitive with it.
right. I can definitely relate to you with that. You know what I'm saying? If if you making your presence felt in the community, people
Yeah.
gonna know you, man. You know, people gonna know you, and the right people gonna know you.
Oh yeah.
You know what
I
I'm
always
saying? And
tell
the
my
right people
kids
gonna
that
know
right
you.
now.
You
It
know?
ain't about being known and what you're known for.
Right. Exactly.
Man,
What you're known for.
hey, man, you said a mouthful then, coach.
Oh yeah.
Right.
So I mean, I get to meet people like Coach Jolly. I get to meet people like like Gamero Dennis. I get to meet people like like Big Baby. I get to meet people like that, and they get to meet me on a competitive side. But again, I say if you get to know me for what we actually do, then you'll see I'm competitive because at the end of the day, I'm gonna teach these boys that we are playing to win now. But at the
Right.
same time, I'm a firm believer and we do what we supposed to do, we gonna win anyway.
Hey,
Definitely, man, definitely.
you right.
That's why, man. I could definitely give a testimony. Coach Brian and Darius are definitely two different people.
Definitely, definitely. Hey, when we on that field, ain't no telling what's gonna come out my mouth. But if you
That's
sit down
right,
and
man.
talk to
But
me, man, we gonna
I
talk
just
about.
love your passion that you have for them, man. Because the one thing nobody can question, man, is your love for the kids, man. So I just want to commend, like I said, man. I just love your passion that you have for it, man. Who are some players on your team, man? Who are some kids on your team this year that possibly going? We're looking at having a good season this year. Who are some of your teammates, guys
Yeah.
you have on your team?
Hey, I tell you this. I tell you one thing that I'm proud of is the team I got this year. If you look around at them the same kids that I've been training since they were 3-4 years old. But at the end of the day, you got Michael Clyde. His brother Michael Clyde just just came out of the All-American game with Southwest.
Okay.
Yeah, you know that's my quarterback from football. That's my, you know what I'm saying. I keep these boys together. Connor Webb, you'll know that name. Trust me, you'll know that name. I got another one, Amari and Urshrey. That's one of them boys that I need y'all help with. It ain't got nothing to do with that ball. Trust me, because if he get how special he actually is, a lot of that time wasting stuff he'll get going that he got going, it'll end up out for him. You know what I mean? Right. Then Amari Spencer. I think that's another name to get to know around Macon, Georgia over the years. Most of these kids, you'd be surprised, man. They athletes. My son, I don't like to loud him. I like for him to speak for himself. I'm trying to teach him how to control himself because I think the troubles he got going on are bigger than the ball. So he's special on that field. His name is Caden Brown. They call him KJ. Someone call him Big Mike out there. He the one that started off the pitching at the game.
Okay.
All right. Then, like I said, I got a group of kids, man. At the end of the day, on the fields, y'all love them for what y'all get to see them do, but off the fields, I see them in a different manner. You know what I mean? So it ain't again. Black Sox baseball, this stuff. What that is? Bulldog football. This year, we the Grizzlies. It's the Central Georgia Grizzlies.
Right,
That's what we
right.
got going on this year.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about that.
Oh, it is what it is. You know, that's a
Right,
special.
right.
That's a special thing with me. You know, I had intended on doing my own thing. You know, just venturing out because, like I said, man, during baseball season, I sacrificed them Sundays and Wednesdays, and then we out there in Ingram Pile and we grinding. But for the most part, you know, that's them same kids that I usually take into the season with me, and not the two. I don't, you know, like to boast. I try to be as humble as I can with it. But a lot of them kids, you know, a lot of the kids I've been blessed to have in my presence, and you know, I've been able to get them out of their own way, and they'll turn into some special athletes. So, you know, this
Gotcha.
year I got together with Gamero Dennis, and I got a couple other coaches that we got together with it, and Bam blessed me with the ability to bring, you know, a 10U group together, and we decided to just do it together.
Gotcha.
I've been down
Gotcha.
at Central City Park for, I think, the last, 6 years?
Uh,
About the last
Yeah.
6 years. But, you know, again, I think my baby boy, 9 years old, he turned 10 coming up. And it's just about, you know, building a group of kids around. I think I was listening to Ron Miley talking before I came on. And I was listening, it's the same thing. Man, we got a special city, man. And crazy thing is, everywhere we go, they know that. But at the same time, we lacking leadership. We lacking a lot of folks that want to do this. You know what I'm saying? It's a like, and I ain't even talking about the winning part. I'm talking about them small wins, like keeping that little boy from walking through Bird City at 11 o'clock at night, giving him something to look forward to. You know
well,
what I mean?
most of us as the grown people, man, we got to do better. You know
Oh
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
we
As
gotta
as
do better.
as a as a whole, because a lot of people, man, I think with us, man, a lot of people are competitive in the wrong ways.
Oh
You
yeah,
know what I'm saying? Like, and I think a lot of the grown people want to be seen, and I think that's what killed a lot of it too. If all of us
oh yeah.
just come together and do something together and be on the same page, you can tell the ones that's for you. You know what I'm
Oh
saying? You
yeah.
can tell the ones that really, see what you're doing and they appreciate what you're doing because it's gonna show.
Oh yeah.
You
And
can
and
always
and man,
tell fake love. You know what I'm saying?
I think I told Bam in our first conversation. You know, I told him, I said, "Hey man, I ain't even got to be the head coach, man. I mean, at the end of the
That
day, we
exactly.
chilling.
That's what
Trust
I'm
me,
saying.
y'all can have that. I just want to put this together. Let's just put it together. If them chilling when we get out there, and I mean, you know, I respect that. Everybody, if you don't know him, Gamero Dennis, he the Cardinals over there at Bloomfield in 6U. That's a heck of a
Oh,
man. I appreciate everything I see from him, and believe it or not, I appreciate competing against him more than anything because I
gotcha,
know what he's gonna bring. I know what he's
gotcha.
gonna bring. So for the most part, I do. And even before I go even further, let me make sure I thank you for what you're doing out in the community because you know even when it comes to like Kawasi, I was talking to him while I was cutting hair the other day. I mean the other weekend. You have to thank folks like that. Like it don't
Right,
matter what you getting out of it at the end. You build the platform for these kids to actually because we don't know none of these stories.
right,
We don't know
right,
none of them. But at the same
right.
time, you know, we competitive. We get competitive. You go Southwest alumni, again, Northeast alumni, and everybody. You forgetting that these actual children that grew up under us.
Right,
So
right.
to hear them tell their stories, it help us. It help us reform ourselves, reform what we thinking with this thing.
Yeah, man, that definitely was the plan, man. And I always thought about, man, people can go and see these kids play. See how good they are on the field. How good they are on the court or on the
Oh yeah,
baseball field. But at the same time, man, that same kid, man, probably can be going through something at home. You know what I'm
and
saying?
this
Like,
might be my
right?
opportunity
You
to help them
never,
change that.
you never know. So that's why you want to bring the kid on and say, hey, kids want to feel important. They
Oh yeah,
sometimes they don't want to feel like you just worried about how I run the ball or how I throw
oh
the
yeah,
ball or how you know what
oh
I'm
yeah,
saying. So sometimes, man, if you get in and you ask a man this and ask him that, because I know grown people like that.
oh yeah.
I
And
know
you be
grown.
surprised.
So and I can right,
Just a simple happy birthday. They're like, damn, he thought
right,
about it.
exactly,
You know
man.
what I'm
So
saying?
and this thing gonna only get bigger and bigger, man. Next
Oh
season,
yeah.
man, it's gonna be even bigger than this. You know what I'm
And
saying? So
I can't wait to see it, man, because you deserve the world. Cause crazy thing is, you humble as they come, but we know how much work you've been putting out here for a long time. For a
yeah,
long
man, yeah,
time, man.
man. We try. I'm trying to stay with it, man. And I'm gonna continue to do it, man. So
Oh yeah. And I
yeah,
thank you for
man.
inviting me on.
Hey, man,
Like I
it's
said,
definitely.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, I want to thank you. I want to thank you and Coach Jolly for everything y'all doing. Thank y'all for inviting me on tonight. Like I said, if anything I can lead the world with, man, at the end of the day, I mean, I know how big Black Sox baseball being in Bloomfield. But as y'all see me competitive, no, that ain't got nothing to do with that ball when it comes to me, man. I enjoy it when I be able to look back and see that, you know, some of these little boys look for me to tell them, hey, you know, you're messing up right. Hey, well, don't forget what the bottom line of this thing is. Don't forget what we're working toward, because word of the day, student athletes. That's what we're trying to train these children to be. Don't ever forget it. I don't care about the W's and the L's, and I don't care about the, like, I got plenty of trophies. I don't need no more. It wasn't never about that. Right. But I got stories that we can tell y'all about every single season and the stuff we overcame to get to where we got to. Right. And there's a lot of kids around here that I'm glad to say, you know, it's almost like an alumni.
Right.
That makes sense.
Right.
And my thing is, guys, when it comes to coaching, do you care about their life or do you care about the ball? Which one you care about? Do you care about the life or do you care about the ball? You need to ask yourself.
You know how many children I lost out here in the street just from the barbershop, man?
Man, all of us, man.
I'm talking about that I don't sit down and pour my heart into. You know, and crazy thing about it is, you know, a lot of these little young knuckleheads be knowing them in the street for other stuff. But they don't, like, some of the conversations I don't have with some of these young fellas we don't lost out here. And my passion go into it because I don't want this little boy to be that story. I want to be able to say that, hey, he made that right there, and we had a big part of it. I ain't even trying to replace nobody. I'm just glad some of you folks let me be a part of it.
Definitely, man. Well, Coach Brown, man, keep it up, man.
Right.
I look forward to seeing y'all out there, man. And thanks, man. That's all I can say, man. Thanks.
All right, thank you for what you're doing, man. And it's good to see you out there blue sometime, man.
Hey, man. Hey, Kobe. I'm actually an all right guy, man. I'm an all right guy.
Don't get that call, Nick.
Hey, man, I'm definitely gonna be watching y'all, man. I'm looking forward to y'all football season, man. Bam is a very, very underrated coach, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't think. Oh yeah. I get, but you know what though? Me just having, you know, we haven't had that just a conversation, man. But you know, I do pay attention to people. You know what I'm saying? So I know he's a pretty good guy, man. But you know, as far as that coaching, underrated, man, because. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Hey, man, I'm looking forward to that, man. I want to see that, man. I definitely. Right. So I'm definitely gonna be looking at y'all, man, and checking y'all out, man. This year, man. Hey, keep doing what you're doing, man. Hey, you making a big impact in the community, man. Keep doing it.
All right, man. I thank y'all for recognizing, man. Anything I can do for you, just let me know.
Oh. Okay. All right, Coach.
All right, boss.
All right. Yeah,
that was pretty cool. I got Coach Brown.
Yeah, man. You have to put it, and we got a few more out there, man. I ain't gonna just say, even with your coach DJ, man, you got your coach Chico. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think Coach Chico maybe got like a 5U or 6U. Did he play this Saturday?
I didn't see him over there. He may be at West May. I didn't see him. I didn't get out. I got out there. Like I said, I didn't get out there for the early games. But those guys, man, those are the guys right there in the trenches for real. Even yourself, man. A lot of times, man, y'all are the first coaches that kids ever have because they get them down there in the trenches. Y'all get them in the trenches, man. And so there's nothing like youth coaches. A lot of people talk about it. Some people don't be about it. They just talk about it. They find every excuse in the world why they can't do it.
Well, you know, I take my hats off to anybody that's you know, helping kids or coaching kids, you know. But you still got levels to stuff, man. You know, you still got some that'll deal with the kids just to make themselves look good. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's where a lot of people have to, a lot of those coaches, man, they have to get off of that, man. I think it'll be I think the whole youth sports thing would be better if it was just more about the kids instead of the grown people. And I'm not
one thing we got to teach them, man. Coach Brown mentioned it, and he didn't really elaborate on it, but we got to start teaching kids how to control their emotions, man. Too many times kids get out of them emotions, get the best of them. We got to start because they don't know how to deal with them emotions, especially when they face a little failure on the court or on the field, and we got to start teaching them how to deal with those emotions, man.
Yeah, that's why we got to appreciate Coach DJ, the Coach Browns, and the Coach Bams, and the Coach
Man, I'm telling you,
Chicos.
man.
We got to appreciate those because it starts there. You know, you always
Even
go look. You always go look, like even the ones that we say we've lost to the streets and all that, man. You always go look at the blueprint. Forget what's going on now. How did it start? You know what I'm
and then
saying?
Coach
But
Waiters, man, he has a baseball program at East Macon.
right, and he's
He's
making
struggling to
exactly.
find coaches. So everybody, you know, the East Side, but Waiters really need him, man. I've seen him make several pleas out on social media to ask people to coach, man, and you can't run those youth programs without those volunteer coaches.
Yeah, he's another one. He's another one, man. That flies under the radar, man. He don't, kind of like Adonis. You know what I'm saying? Like those the ones man, that they in it for what they in it for, and that's for the kids. So, but yeah, man, we got to get more volunteers. I definitely coach baseball, but I don't like baseball.
I just know the rules. I don't know
Yeah,
the strategies. I
man, you
just
know
know the
what?
rules.
I don't listen. The only thing I can do in baseball, man, was hit. Now you put me up. If you put me up on the mound, man, I mean up on the base, man, I can hit. Hey, but don't put me nowhere else because I wasn't good catching with my offhand, so I can't catch the ball. You know what I'm saying? So I just was an athlete, man, but I never was into baseball, so I can't never help coach it. If you give me somebody that knows something about baseball, I can coach it that way. I won't be coaching. I'll just be running the team. That's about it. But
Definitely, man. We got spring football, man, coming up in about a month or so, man. So we definitely gonna try to get out and maybe have a show or episode where we featuring spring football and teams and players in the area, man. So that's something the viewers can look forward to. Cause hey, man, we almost round to another football season again.
oh yeah, man, definitely, definitely.
And it starts in the off season. Like really, the beginning of your season starts in the spring. And so we definitely gonna have a spring edition, man, of Datz Major, man. So I think that's gonna be huge, man, to kick off the football season.
Hey man, it's crazy, man. We 10 episodes in, ain't this something?
Man, it kind of started out, man, like I said, it was an idea. We just want to talk about hot topics in the area, and along with yourself, man, and Coach Kevin, man, we was able to take this thing, man, and kind of make it a huge platform for kids, man. So it's definitely something that people picked up interest as the season went on, man. So it's something we hoping we can maintain throughout years to come, man. So I just want to tip my hat out to you, man. It's been a pleasure. Um, Boy, I done missed a lot of things to make the show happen sometimes. Boy, you supposed to do this, supposed to do that, man. But I knew how important it was, man, to get out to the viewers and get out to the kids, man. So salute to yourself, man. So I look forward to next season.
Yeah, man. I feel like this season was a success, man. And I'm actually excited about next season. So I think it's gonna be bigger and better. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I like how we started off. The start was awesome. So like I said, man, next season, man, I feel like it's gonna be pretty interesting.
Pretty cool, man. So before we get out of here, man, shout out to Coach Kevin, man. I know he couldn't make it tonight, man, but he was definitely instrumental in making this thing go, man. So huge shout out to Coach Kevin, and look forward to linking back up with him.
All right, coach, man. Until next time, until next season, man. We're
Oh
gonna get out of
yeah,
here, man. Hey man,
I
I know you
say
want to get in there and watch that college game, man.
I do, and I'm on daddy duty this week. I'm doing some of the daddy void this week.
Hey,
I got
hey,
Junior in
man.
time.
Hey, man. They want to do everything. They got all these activities, man. So I got one at work and one she resting from work. So
That's what's up, man.
yeah.
We'll run into each other sooner or later, man. Take it easy, my guy.
Okay, man. All right.
All right.